Warning, this podcast contains lots of spoilers. What's up, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the As Seen on TV podcast for Agent Carter, Season 1, Episode 7, SNAFU. I'm your host, Mike, and joining me is Flower Lady and Silent Man.
Flower Man.
Okay, Flower Man. Hi. Also known as Cleo and John.
I'm Cleo.
And she's John.
Yeah.
Right then. Great start. So, how was this episode for you guys?
Sad.
Oh, God.
Yeah. It was a good episode. Very good episode. Sad ending.
Yes. Very.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I'm just going to go through this in order, and we'll get to the sad when we get to the sad. I've been debating for the past hour how I'm going to go through this because it was a very good episode, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. So, we start off, Peggy's getting interrogated, big surprise. She goes through it pretty well. I liked it. And, was I the only one who wanted to slap Sousa's smug grin off his face?
Like Sousa's? No.
Sousa, yeah, I don't know. The whole interrogation, I'm like, "Argh!" At him.
I didn't want to smack Sousa. I wanted to shake him violently and say, "No, she's your friend. No."
She's not at all biased in that.
You want to shake violently. I want to slap. I mean, potato.
I mean, I commend him because he did a good job. I mean, he really did. He is the second best person on that force.
Yes, he is the second best person on that force.
You know? So, I mean, bravo. Give you that where it's due. But it was just hard to watch him not listen to her.
It was hard to watch, the whole thing. Nobody listening to her. And that line, this is shoddy police work. Ooh, below the belt, but well played. Well played, ma'am. But she goes through this whole thing telling them what is the truth and nobody listening to her, blah, 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 you're a liar, Everybody out there wishes they could play the game as good as you. And then Jarvis comes through with a signed confession from Howard Stark. Now, were you like me? Okay, I was going to say, were you like me for 10 minutes and thought it was real?
I did.
No.
Okay,
I actually did. I was like, oh, geez, Howard's coming around.
He had too smug of a look, of a look
He's
for it to
British.
have been. I know.
He's British and he's...
We've seen how he really is. He's really just like an adorable little. He's not an idiot, but he's
his upper lip is stiff.
He's a mush.
His upper lip is stiff. He is a mush, but you know what? He's British and he walked into where he's not supposed to be.
Exactly.
With everybody telling him, you're not supposed to be in here.
I've been here before.
It's okay.
All
right.
Please.
Yeah.
Panic
Panic button. Got a gun strapped under the table. Panic button. Ready to go. He's like, I have a signed confession from Howard Stark.
Immediately.
Hold, please.
That was so funny. They were all like,
Huh?
"You did what now?"
During the interrogation, we got a cut to Dottie buying a baby carriage. Was I the only one creeped out at that?
Everything Dottie does is creepy.
Okay, yes, you're right. Everything...
I was actually, for a second, afraid she was going to abduct a baby.
Actually, so was I. For a brief moment, I'm like, why do you need a baby carriage? What are you doing? Whose baby are you stealing?
Yeah, whose baby
She's going to take a baby.
She's probably already shed her cover. You don't shed your cover by stealing a baby, lady. Come on, there's rules about this sort of thing. Okay, maybe not.
I could not for the life of me figure out her end game with the baby carriage. I'm like, what is she? I mean, she's obviously smuggling something, but where? Why?
Well, we find out.
We did.
We'll get to that also. So I'm calling him Dr. Leviathan because I've heard it pronounced Ivchenko, and the Russian guy.
Oh, wait, hold on.
I thought it was Ivanchenko, but then I heard Peggy say Ivchenko. Exactly. I watched it.
Spelled? Do you have it spelled somewhere?
I don't have it spelled somewhere.
Find me how it's spelled, because
I'll find it later.
His last name sounds like that Russian figure skater, and I can probably pronounce it if I saw all the letters.
Okay. Well, Dr. Leviathan finally hypnotizes the chief, which he tried and failed last time. And he gets and to the chief's credit, there was some moments where I thought he was going to resist.
Yeah, he was very close to resisting.
Very close, but the doctor gets the invention he was after, which was not what I was thinking. I mean, I was expecting him to be after Steve's blood, or to be after some other kind of crazy device. He just wanted a crate full of gas.
Yeah. Well, that's what Peggy thought that too. Peggy was like, "Oh my God, Steve's blood! Run now!"
Right.
And then it's like, he didn't want it.
No.
It is Ivchenko.
It is
Ivchenko. Yeah.
Ivchenko.
Hi, bad.
There you go.
Well, there we go. Thank you, sir. So, what did you think was in the crate before we found out what was in the crate?
I had no fucking clue.
I seriously thought some kind of like gun or something. I don't know.
I was
assuming some directional kind of weapon.
I was looking for something that tied to something else we've seen in the Marvel universe, the cinematic universe, but I can't place it.
Yeah.
Anywhere.
I was expecting something, like that as well. I mean, hell, and I thought the vest was a bulletproof vest. We'll go with that. I've heard, I
thought the vest was like, I also thought the vest was a reference to another hero, and I was like, who wears a vest? Hawkeye?
References.
References,
No references.
Just cold proof.
Mm-hmm. So we find out, we'll skip ahead. We find out in the very closing scene what was stolen. It was a canister full of some kind of gas that made everybody go crazy and start killing each other. Which now answers what happened at the mysterious Battle of Fennel that we've been hearing about for episodes on end.
Yeah.
And why there was no trace of any force or whatever that massacred all those soldiers. They did it to themselves.
They killed each other.
So was Stark there to take the gas and keep it safe, or was he doing experiments on it? Why was it lumped in with Howard's stuff?
That's a good question. Did he invent it? And it was just... What was he inventing? Some kind of vapor spa treatment, and he royally fucked up?
You're right, because all of these inventions, as ingenious as they are, do not do what they're meant to do.
Do not function.
No, they do.
The opposite, in fact.
Well, we'll get on to the vest. The vest is supposed to be a survival jacket that keeps, withstands all outside elements and trauma, and so it was technically a bulletproof vest. Huh. Well, supposed to withstand the elements and keep a person safe and alive and warm. But the battery's too powerful, unstable, and tends to explode. Actually, it doesn't tend to explode, it will explode. It does explode.
It does explode.
Didn't get out of alpha testing with that one. No. So yeah, and that's the sad part. We find Dooley after being hypnotized and living through a lovely delusion where he patches things up with his wife and all that stuff, and I was kind of happy for the guy. Oh, sorry, no, you're passed out on your desk dreaming, and you are wearing a glowing red suit that is probably a bomb vest.
Yeah.
Anybody else sad to see him go?
That's what I thought. I thought it was a bomb vest, but which is what it ended up doing.
Yeah. It's a bomb. But God, that sucked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What a shitty way to go.
It was, yeah. You stuck in this vest and there's no way to get it off. Tampering with it causes it to... Yes, we get it. Causes the process to speed up. Thank you, Jarvis.
I mean, he did the most honorable thing he could at that moment, I guess, was not hurt anyone else
Dive out the window, yeah.
except for his family and possibly everyone else in the office emotionally, but
Or whoever was beneath there and got some debris from part of the building falling on them.
yeah.
And there's that.
Honestly, it would.
You think the cover's
really
blown?
What?
You think the cover's blown? The SSR.
Yeah, they're
Hey,
totally...
that was an explosion in the phone company.
Why is the phone company exploding? Is it the Nazis?
Is it the Nazis?
Well, it's post-World War
I mean-
II.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, now, Dr. Ivshenko and Dottie, that's even her real name, have...
It's not because it was her alias, so who knows what her real name is?
Bitch.
Blondie.
Dick.
Bitchy much.
Skank.
Tits.
Anyway, they now have canisters, I would assume,
Yeah,
of
balls.
go crazy and kill everybody gas. Rabies
Yeah.
gas. We're going to call it rabies gas.
Okay.
So they have canisters full of rabies gas, and they're driving off into the sunset with it.
So, the movie theater, you think that was just a test run?
I
mean, that's what he said. He said we
Okay.
need to test it.
Yeah, you're right. He did say we had
Right,
to
Because
test
she was
it.
like,
you did
let's
say
just-
that.
Yeah, she was like,
You're
let's
right,
just
yeah,
bounce. Our cover's blown. They know. He's like,
Mhm.
no,
That's
we
true.
gotta, we gotta check.
It's like, what, they know who we are now. What do we do? Oh, they'll be too busy to worry about us very, very soon.
Well,
Yeah?
they gave him a
I mean, I
lead.
Yeah, they
I
did.
think this episode answered what we were talking about. I don't know, last week before, whether he's in charge, because it seems like Dottie's just taking orders from him.
Right, and...
He's definitely above Dottie.
Right, so he's definitely in charge of Dottie, but is he, I doubt he's the head of Leviathan.
No.
And that answers the question of Leviathan's intentions. They seem definitely evil.
Pretty evil.
Pretty evil.
Yeah.
I mean, we went through a few episodes of discussing, could they be good guys? No.
No,
Mm-mm. We would seem
not even a little.
Not even a little.
Now, I mean, I'm thinking, I'm
What's-
just thinking, what's their end game? Like, are they just going to dump this in the water supply of New York and just see what the hell happens? Or
I think I have an idea of it, but that's based on the promo for next week's episode.
oh,
Oh.
okay,
So,
well,
we'll get to that, yeah. So the final question I have for this is, now that, the SSR and Agent Carter are on the same page and have like goals and, they're buddy-buddy again, what's next?
Definitely some kind of prayer circle.
Well, what's next is they
some
need somebody in
feels
charge.
cards.
They need somebody in charge, so who are they going
Dad.
to put in charge?
I mean,
Susan.
we know
Susan.
we know that Peggy ends up being head of SSR. I don't think it's happening now. I think Boy Scout's gonna be for a while.
Yeah.
They're probably going to give
Sorry,
it to Boy
Thompson.
Scout.
I've gotten so
Thompson.
used to
Jack
calling him
Thompson.
Boy Scout.
Yeah.
How original of an American name.
Yeah.
Thompson.
Jim Everyman.
Jim Everyman. Well, they could have been direct and just called him Uncle Sam.
Soldier Server Man.
God. So that's next. And I guess they got to hunt down Dottie and get back whatever the hell they took. Not even Jarvis knows what the hell it is.
Nope.
And he was pretty well versed on all of the stuff.
Well, and that makes me think that it's not one of Howard's inventions, and it's something that he was tasked to protect or hid away because he knew how bad it was.
Right. It's hard to think of what that was like supposed to be for Howard to have made it. Like the vest kind of makes sense. The
Yeah.
bone mangler kind of makes sense.
He wanted it to be a massager.
Yeah.
It was an
And-
atomic massager. Come on.
Yeah,
This,
I mean,
like-
I don't think it's one of Howard's.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense what it even could. Like, it's an odorless spray that was supposed to, make you happy? And it did the opposite? I don't know.
I said stress relief at first, but it's most certainly rabies gas. I mean,
Yeah.
I honestly
It's a little more than rabies gas. That's like
I know.
make rage monsters. It's
I
a
have
little more than rabies.
I have no idea what it could be, or it. It definitely does not feel like a Howard. All of Howard's inventions give me a Professor Farnsworth feel.
Yeah.
Right. Something utterly like albino screaming gorillas.
Yeah.
So.
Fucking love that show.
Yeah, I know. But every one of his inventions is something utterly ridiculous. You know?
This isn't.
And benign.
Yeah, well, you're right, benign.
Intended to be benign.
Some benign,
Right.
yeah. Good, I've invented an object for turning on devices from long distances. I call it I forgot what he called it, but it was an extendable finger.
It's just a long finger on a
It's just a really long finger.
Yeah.
But that's what I get from Howard Stark here.
Right.
So, before we get on to some speculation, I think we covered everything this episode, right? I mean, if you're going with concise to the point episodes, not a lot of variation.
Table scene was my favorite.
Crap, that's what I forgot to talk about. I wanted to mention that. I should have written it down. Was anybody else... Okay, Dooley goes in there. He locks Jarvis and Peggy in a room, breaks the key off in the door, whatever. Did anybody else think the way that only she was screaming for help and they only showed her when he left the room, that he shot Jarvis and left him there to bleed out?
I did. And I was scared.
No, I didn't think that.
Well, that was a feeling I got because they showed her, they don't show Jarvis. He closes the door. She's screaming, "Somebody help! We need help in here! Somebody help!" And then, he breaks the key off on the door and leaves. I'm thinking to myself, so this is how Jarvis dies.
I mean, I
Jarvis not a screamer.
I think in a floor full of detectives, they would have heard a gunshot.
Good point.
There aren't really
But magic movie
silencers.
silencers.
I was going to say, this is Hollywood, magic movie silencers.
It's just...
But he didn't have a silencer in his gun.
No,
It was just a pistol.
you're right.
No, and I'm pretty sure in World War II, suppressors were new technology and huge.
Yes.
Yeah. Sure.
So, next episode. Table scene was great. How many times? Wait, just
Two.
one?
Wait.
Wait. What if there are agents on the other side of that other side of that room? Aren't they going to get hurt? Well, yes, they're going to get hurt. There's going to be a spray of glass. 1, 2. Aren't they going to be armed with guns? Yes, we'll probably get hurt. There'll be a spray of bullets.
She's so matter of fact that the way she talks about things sometimes is amazing.
The kiddo was watching it with me, and she just looked at this. Well, she wasn't watching it with me. She was near me when I was watching, and she just looked at the screen like, "Really? Like, seriously? You're kidding?" Like, one of those
There's
looks.
still a problem. We're still attached to the table.
Yeah.
Shit.
So, next
I
episode.
was like, guys.
Yeah, guys? Huh? So, next episode
God.
is called Valediction. It is the season finale. And the synopsis, very, very to the point. Peggy faces the full fury of Leviathan as Howard Stark makes his return in the explosive season finale. So informative. But there's a 30-second promo.
Back
There's a
from Switzerland.
place.
Switzer,
Wherever it
Norwegian.
was.
There's a preview, and including in that preview is them going after Leviathan, and a mention of that they're going after Times Square with the happy gas,
Ah.
which sounds like it'll be fun.
Boy. Yeah.
We're gonna see old timey Times Square though. That'll be fun.
Which is cool.
Which is cool. They've been going with pretty accurate set backdrops. I think, so far. So that would be cool.
Strange question, but what month is it in that show? Do we know? Around? Like what time of year? Like are there going to be a lot of like I mean, obviously there's always tourists in New York, but is it like the middle of the summer where there's going to be like all of the tourists in Times Square? Like,
It's not
Well,
winter.
yeah, it's definitely not
Yeah.
winter.
I
there are
mean,
tourists all the time.
people are
but-
going out and, when they go out, people are in jackets like, I would imagine it's probably spring or
Oh, yeah.
fall.
Yeah, okay.
I don't think
I
it's
was
the middle
curious.
of the summer, unless people in the 40s wore heavy wool clothing in the middle of summer.
Yeah. Well, different times and all. No, I was just, I don't know. I was
Yeah.
just thinking maybe it would be
I don't know
less
when.
or more crowded depending on the season, but I guess really it's Times Square. It's always crowded.
Times Square is,
and
yeah.
This is a different Times Square too, so tourist patterns probably weren't the same then as they are now.
They're less like migrating birds and more like sheep.
More like sheep. I like how we're
Stupid sheep.
talking about the migrating tourist patterns of Times Square.
Yeah, that's actually how it's referred to.
I'm T for
Pretty
tangent.
I am T for tangent.
Shut up.
No, yeah, it's fun actually. Now thinking about it, the last time I was there, when you're in that, the main, when everybody thinks of Times Square, where the ball drops near the Toys R Us store, that area,
Yeah.
it's busy. There's like 12 different vectors of floods of people moving and with traffic going and all that shit, and people trying not to get run over, and people dressed as Elmo taking creepy pictures, and and 60 people from Comedy Central presents trying to get people to go
the
see
worst part about
unknown
that
stand-up
is-
comedians.
The worst about that is it's not even Comedy Central Presents.
Yeah, it's like no name.
Because those people are like, you like comedy? You like comedy? My answer is always no. I don't like comedy.
No, I hate laughing.
I was like, no,
Yeah.
I'm a stick in the mud.
I hate joy.
Do you want to laugh? Never.
Keep
How
walking.
dare you?
But then as soon as you get away from that area, it's like much calmer.
Yeah.
Still a lot of people, but much calmer.
There's a block. There's like a block.
There's like a 1 square block radius around that area where everything is just hell. And if that's where they're going to drop this happy gas,
Yeah, but I mean the it's gonna be crowded, obviously, but it's not gonna be our levels of crowded. It's
No,
going to be
no.
1950s levels of crowded.
yeah, all right, yeah,
Which
you're
is
right
different.
there.
So
It
there's
is
probably
different.
going to be less cars.
Unless it's a
And-
holiday or something. There could be something going on. There's like a parade or they
I-
could be planning it for a big event.
During the promo, I did see people behind a podium.
Or like a rally. Yeah.
Hmm.
Speech, something.
A mayoral election.
Oh,
Maybe-
God.
There you go.
Maybe Truman is speaking or something like that. Who the hell knows?
Interesting. But
Yeah, 46 was Truman.
Truman president?
Yeah, he's the president.
Yeah. Oh, like the president's in
He's like the
town.
president's in town and he's
Square.
going to be speaking at Times Square, yeah. That would be perfect time to unleash
that's-
happy gas. I'm just calling it happy
Oh,
gas.
yeah.
I mean, I'm thinking this now, like, now the president would never speak in Times Square, but, like, would he in the 50s?
It was a very...
It's
Yeah. I think so.
possible.
In the 50s, would the president speak in Times Square? Yes. JFK drove... This is going to be dark, I'm sorry. JFK drove around Dallas in a completely open vehicle.
True.
Right.
And that was the
Right.
60s.
True.
This
Yeah.
is the 40s.
Okay.
I mean,
Alright.
I tend to think we've gotten more paranoid as time has gone on.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
I mean, yeah, this was before the Cold War, so really...
Slightly justified paranoia.
Yeah, slightly justified paranoia, sure. But, I mean, this was before the Cold War and everything. There weren't, there wasn't the threat of KGB agent shooting president in
Wow.
head,
Right.
over
and
Truman.
nobody knows about Leviathan and Hydra.
Very true. Leviathan? Hydra? You mean, those are just mythological beastie names.
They are both mythological beasts.
What's next, Kraken?
Why didn't I think of... Oh my god, I feel really
Kraken.
stupid now.
What's next is the secret government agency Kraken, who operates out of
I
Norway.
feel really stupid now.
Wasn't Kraken Scandinavian?
I
don't know.
It was not Greek.
That's good.
Pretty soon the U.S. will have developed Pegasus.
You mean we don't have some secret organization named Pegasus right now?
Oh no, that's a weather control organization. But I was just
Oh, right.
Yeah.
You mean that the antenna arrays in Alaska that we use to beam nasty weather to Russia?
yep,
Mhm.
that's the one.
Okay, I think that's our show.
It has
Safe
been a show.
It has been a show.
It has.
Safe bet. Starting up the music. Ladies first. So, John, where can they find you?
Hello.
Upset.
You should have. He expects it by now.
Look, I don't even. Yeah.
No,
You can find me. You can find me there. No more on the Twitter. I also do Let's Plays on YouTube at Nahojm, Nhojm. Check them out.
Hanjum, I forgot that's your YouTube.
Yeah.
Cleo.
I'm more meant upset like he's more of a lady than me. He's upset my throne of ladiness. Because
I know how to please the man.
You can find me on the socials at Cleomoto and on Twitch at the Cleomoto. Which I haven't streamed.
You can see him.
I needed
polishing off
that.
Stella.
I needed that after that comment. Hopefully that'll erase my memory in about... Nope, it won't. Not gonna work.
Never.
You can find me on Twitter there. And Twitch there, but I barely do anything on Twitch. So you can find me on Twitter at Thilladrin, right there. And you can find all of us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Google+, MySpace, cough for Dom there. ASO TV podcasts at all of those places. Follow us there for some more podcasts for some of your favorite TV shows.
I'm calling Dignity, but it's not answering.
Thank you.
There you go.
Bye.
Bye.